Hey guys, welcome to the Southern Philippines and back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about leaving the Philippines after you've been here for a very long time. I've had a bunch of people over time that have sent me emails or they'll ask me questions in the comments about what all they have to do, steps to leave the Philippines if they've been there a long time. And to be honest with you, I really didn't have a good idea back months ago when people were asking me, because I'd never done it. Anytime I'd been in the Philippines, I'd only been here for less than 2 months, so it was just, you know, get my ticket, get on my plane and go. This time, however, when I left, there were additional steps. So I want to talk about those and what my experience was so that I can relay that to you, and so that if you're ever here for a long time, or you currently are, you'll know what it takes to exit the Philippines. Unlike my home country, the United States, the Philippines actually has what are called exit controls. And so that means that when you leave the country, you actually have to appear and present yourself before immigration to let them know you're leaving the country, for them to check and to stamp you out. Now, if you're here for a short period of time on a tourist visa, literally all you have to do is you present yourself to the immigration officer before you leave, and if you have to pay any terminal taxes or anything, you do that, and then you're gone. You're stamped out of the country. In many cases, if you're flying out of Manila and you're a foreigner, it's already tacked into your ticket anyway, and you've already paid for it, so you don't have to worry about it. In Davao, that's a little bit different if you're flying out internationally. That's where I was at. So you do have to pay that terminal tax, which was about 700 and something pesos. But in addition to that, if you have been in the Philippines for more than 6 months, you actually have to get an exit clearance from the police. You can do this, my understanding is at the Manila airport. I was flying out of Davao, so I had to go to immigration a few days before my flight out. And there were certain things that I had to have in order to get that exit clearance, where they would run a background check my biometrics against any wanted fugitives, or to see if I had a hold on me for any reason, to make sure that I was clear to leave the country. Life is good, best I've ever felt. So the things that I had to have was, one, my passport. I also had to have an ACR card, because I had been in more than had to have my ACR card with me. I had to have pay a fee, and I believe it was 1,250 pesos to pay for the exit clearance. I had to have a photocopy of my passport bio page, my entry stamp, how I had originally come into the Philippines, and then I had to have my current residency stuff to show that. And I also had to pull out and have photocopies of that for them. I had to give them 3 2x2 pictures. Again, I had to have photocopies of, I don't think I had to have photocopies of the ACR card. I think I just had to show them the ACR card. And then I had to complete this form. And it was a form that was asking why I'm leaving, where I'm going, basically where I'm from, and all the information about how I got here and stuff like that. Didn't take very long to fill out the form. It was a 1-page form, probably less than 10 minutes. I would say really probably 7 minutes to fill out the entire form and turn that in. And the whole process when I went to Davao probably took, I had to leave to go get the photocopies, but at the actual immigration itself probably took, I would say, less than half an hour. It was not very long. It was not a laborious process. And I'll let y'all know in this video exactly what I went through step by step. As I reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out to the sky. So I arrived at immigration in Davao, and every immigration office is going to be a little bit different. So I went up to the 3rd floor and told them that I needed to get an exit clearance. And the gentleman there told me all of the paperwork that I would need. He went through what I had. I happened to have everything with me. Didn't know about the photocopies though. Ran next door, and I spent to do photocopies. Oh, I had to print out my plane ticket there too, because I had it electronically, but they needed a copy of the plane ticket so that they would have that information, and they needed a photocopy of that. So to go get all my pictures taken and to get all of those photocopies, I spent a whopping 86 pesos, so $1.50 or something to get all of that done. You know, in the United States, that'd have probably been 30 bucks or something. I don't know. Very cheap, very quick process as far as that. And then they took me in the back when I brought all of that back, and they'd processed the thing. And I had to get my picture taken digitally for biometrics that they would put into their computer systems. And then they took digital biometric fingerprints of all 10 digits of my hands and asked me a few questions, and then I was good to go. Went back upstairs, turned in all of the paperwork, showed where I had paid for the exit clearance, and then they actually had to do real fingerprints where you put your thumbs in the ink. And so they took the thumbprints and put those on the certificate that I was to give and did give surrender to immigration when I left the country, showing that I had in the last 30 days a exit clearance on there and that I was good to go. Now the form itself, once they've issued it, it's only good for 30 days. So you have to depart within that 30 days. But the whole process was done in one day. It didn't take a lot of time. Again, the immigration office wasn't that busy, but the actual process itself when I was there, very smooth, very easy, and was very, very quick. So one final note on this whole process, and hopefully that was all helpful to you, but I find that I've dealt with immigration in over a dozen countries, more than that probably. And I've always found that Filipino immigration, I love Filipino immigration. I mean, it's more steps in some cases than some countries I go through for things, but they are just so helpful at the immigration office. They're so nice, they're polite, and I hope that all of you that deal with them are polite back to them, because they deserve that politeness. But I just want to say a big thumbs up to the immigration department in the Philippines, because anytime I have a question, anything that I needed from them, they were just so helpful in giving me that information and just making the process as smooth as possible. Guys, if you've had any experiences with Philippines immigrations, getting your exit clearances, maybe it's different in different immigration offices than what I described here, make sure and leave a comment below so that it helps other people that are looking for this information and shows a different experience in different regions. It really kind of pays it forward for you and for me to help other people when they're coming on their journeys. Thanks so much, and check out this video that's on the card.